So now I'm totally ready for real life, which is I sit at a desk, I work out, I complete my rings on my Apple Watch every day,
There we
and
go.
chase the kids around. But you asked about missing baseball. Yes, I miss baseball. I still watch baseball. I still pick up a baseball every once in a while, and I'm like, you know what I mean? But it's difficult, it's difficult. It's difficult to have something that's such a big part of your life for 30 years roughly, and then you just don't
Yeah.
have it anymore. And I did some announcing last year for the AAA team here, for the TV games, and I was like, man, the guys that we have, you know how it is, right? You listen to these dudes doing the color commentary and stuff on TV, and you're like, man, this guy's a dick. Like, he's saying some really negative stuff about the home team. Like, why is he doing that? And I realized I have two rules, right? Be nice to the home team, right? And then be complimentary and talk about how hard baseball actually is.
Yeah.
Because is for you, right? You know this. As good as your stuff is, you'll still throw 94, 95, 97 miles an hour or whatever it is, right? And some dude is still going to hit a homer off you at some point.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They're in the big leagues too, right? So, when you hear the announcers go, "Oh man, he chased another slider in the dirt," he really needs to get his head in the game. You're like, yeah, well, it's like super hard to hit a slider when a guy throws one that goes like this after a fastball that goes like that. Now that everyone's doing the pitch tunneling because of like Rob Friedman, Pitching Ninja, like this is a thing now. And you knew about this forever ago. I knew about it a while ago. I wasn't able to generate the type of vortex spin or whatever with my arm because I didn't have the range of motion. So my spin rate was never as good, or spin direction or whatever they want to call it. But for me, it was all about hiding the spin of the ball. So throwing like the whitest ball possible. That's what I felt made my cutter and my slider and my fastball harder to hit versus like what my movement or my pitch score was or something like that, because we didn't have what's the little radar thing now?
TrackMan, Rapsodo.
Rapsodo. Yeah, we didn't have Rapsodo at the time, and the Angels were so ass backwards that they wouldn't even give me my TrackMan data when I asked for it back in like 2012 or whatever.
Well, I'm sure you'll be shocked to hear that it's still that way in many organizations. Players don't get access to much of the data.
Well, because they think that they're. I mean, there's guys like you and me, guys like Zach Greinke that understand all this stuff and how it works, and understand that there's certain swing planes that you want to use to your advantage or whatever. And that data actually helps a good smart player take it to the next level, or maybe get one more out here and there. That's all you can do, right? It's not going to help you throw 10 miles an hour harder, but it'll make you realize maybe if you throw this dude a two-seamer, he's going to clobber it. So stick with four-seamers and force him to get on top of the ball better,
Yeah.
I don't know. So.
Yep. No, it's a different game. It's crazy how much it's evolved in 10 years, going from basically none of that and no one having a clue. I mean, certain players obviously learned it experientially, but
yeah.
Now 10 years later, it's like everyone's talking about it. Like you mentioned, Rob and Pitching Ninja, and it's all about the spin rates and spin axis and the pitch design and the swing planes, and it's crazy how much data has kind of infiltrated the game and changed it. And some ways better, some ways worse.